Blazing the Historic Trail, the journey of Sergeant York, my brother, and the Boy Scouts of America. Today, we will follow my brother and his fellow Boy Scouts on a historic journey, the blazing of the trail of Sergeant Alvin York. We start this journey in the middle of the Argonne Forest, deep in the heart of France. At this time, York was not yet a sergeant. The infamous battle began in October of 1918, nearing the end of the war. York's mission was to take the German Davout railing, forcing the Germans out of the forest. The attack was to take the shape of a funnel, which became narrower as the Americans advanced. The Germans got us, and they got us right smart. They just stopped us dead in our tracks. Their machine guns were up there on heights overlooking us and well hidden, and we couldn't tell for certain where the heavy fire was coming from. And I'm telling you, they were shooting straight. Our boys just went down like long grass before the mowing machine at our home. Our attack just faded out, and there we were, lying down, about halfway across the valley, and those German machine guns and big shells getting us hard, said York. Sergeant Early, who was York's commanding officer, took 3 squads of men, including York, to attack the machine guns. One of the squads was sighted, and the Germans opened fire. Sergeant Early was killed, leaving York in command. Only York and 7 other men were unharmed. York himself worked his way into the position of killing the machine guns. And those machine guns were spitting fire and cutting down the undergrowth all around me to something awful. And the Germans were yelling orders. You never heard such a racket in all your life. I didn't have time to dodge behind a tree or dive into the brush. As soon as the machine guns opened fire on me, I began to exchange shots with them. There were over 30 of them in continuous action, and all I could do was to touch the Germans off as fast as I could. I was sharpshooting. I don't think I missed a shot. There was no time to miss. And all that time I kept yelling at them to come down. I didn't want to have to kill any more than I had to, but it was they or I, and I was giving them the best I had. York quickly devised a cunning plan. He decided to use the same method to kill the Germans as he did with killing his turkeys back home. Instead of killing the leader, causing mass panic and confusion, he picked off individuals, one by one. Starting in the back, he killed so many Germans that they thought he was a whole army. Panicking, all 132 Germans surrendered to him. Only 21 shots were fired by one man, yet an army of Germans surrendered to him. All 21 shells were found. This young man was promoted to sergeant. He will always be known as the greatest hero of World War I because of his great work in the Battle of the Forest of Argonne. He was awarded a Purple Heart Award, only given to the bravest in war. However, we must not forget the loss it took to achieve all the victories in World War I. Thousands of people died for the liberation of Germany and France. Thanks to my brother and other Boy Scouts in Troop 69, the Trail of York is walked by thousands of people today. He will always be remembered because of the Boy Scouts of Troop 69. This is the Troop of 69. This next section is dedicated to Bastogne, the way the Germans commemorated the Battle of Bastogne. This is a dedication to the band of brothers who were famous for their work in the forest. This sign marked the way for the reenactment of the Bastogne battle. To celebrate the battle, local Germans volunteered to reenact the battle along the edges of the forest. Hundreds of Germans and Americans walked along the edge of the forest to see the reenactments. The reenactors went so far as to fake being shot just so they could be taken to the medical tent. These men were reenacting a capturing of a German soldier. Authentic World War II tanks were driven all around the city, and they parked in regular parking spaces. This is me in front of the real German tanks. At the end of the day, The governor threw nuts out of his window as a reminder of the American commander saying "nuts" instead of surrendering. Please see me for more questions. Thank you for watching.